Hello, this is Michelle. Thank you for coming to my channel today, King's Canine Cookies and Crafts. Today's my birthday. I'm 51 years old today. So I did not really make any plans. I actually was going to go to a show, but I think today it's going to be a craft haul day, getting some organization in my crafts and making some new crafts. So I'm going to share with you some tips and tricks, where to save money and how I did it, and what I use my crafts for. Lots of people craft. We know it's not just me. We all know we have crafter friends and we go to craft shows and we go and get supplies, and some people just don't realize it's like a passion. So I do have the business King's Canine Cookies. I would make dog treats and cat toys and cat treats. But the crafts has always been something I've done since 1990s. So I just want to go over some things that I did find. I had worked 50 hours this past week, and I just needed some time away to myself. That's one of my best places to go, was to a craft shop, believe it or not. And so I'm going to just show you what I picked up. Now, what we use the crafts for, we normally go to craft shows in or around the area of Berks County. We're going to be branching back into Allentown later this year and other places. One thing I want to mention, I have always been into crafts, but I also started the business King's Canine Cookies a few years ago. Maybe actually more than a few years ago, at least 10 years ago. And, one day my dad, when he was still living, he said, you're making all these dog treats. Where do you get it from? Where do you get your passion from? So he kindly reminded me that my grandmother, Hattie Carter, worked for the Humane Society in Reading years ago. And I think it was the 70s. Which is nice to know, because I didn't know that. And my grandfather, Williams, also was into animals. So the reason why I'm pointing this out is because, when you sometimes do things that your grandparents did, and you don't realize it until someone gives you a kind reminder. So I just thanks for that. I was really great to hear. I also want to say that the reason why we are so passionate about crafts, most of the animal rescue shelters across the nation are always saving cats' lives and dogs' lives and other animals in need. A few years ago, I put together crafts and cat toys and things of that nature. There's my cat, Shadow. He's a rescue cat from Tennessee. But years ago, we put together some items for them to sell. Animals of Rescue is located in the Lehigh Valley, and they actually have an overhead of $50,000. I think it's a quarter or a month. I forget what it was. So we put together everything, and I packaged everything up, and I gave it to them, and they said, oh my goodness, we sold everything. We made $1,000, which I was very, very happy. So just remember, for those of you wondering, she does cookies, she does this, she does that, it's because we donate. My work, I've done this for years. We donate a lot of things to help charities raise money, particularly for my furry friends. But I just want to make sure you know that that's one of our goals here. It's not just about doing crafts as a hobby, it's helping others in the community. Right now we are working with, I think it's called Paws Thrift Store in Kansas. And we will send them a package by the end of this month. And just remember, if you or your friends know about an animal rescue group, just keep us in mind. We certainly, if you have any holiday shows in or around the area, or just like a lot of times you'll have an open house at the animal rescue shelters for the holidays, I would be willing to donate some things that you can sell for profit, benefiting the animals in distress and animals in need. We can donate your cat toys. We have jewelry for people, and different things that I make and come up with. So just keep us in mind. I can be reached at mbatescookies@gmail.com. And we're also on YouTube, of course, Instagram and Facebook. You can also join the Facebook group, King's Canine Cookies. Sign up, please, if you would like to get some free samples. We always are willing to give free samples of our cookies. And we also have different techniques. And we also share a lot of cat and dog, tips, food tips, nutrition, health, and wellness for your pets. So we always try to gather people and get some more awareness of dogs and cats in need. So that's our goal. So I'm going to walk you through what I did. So I was at the Dollar Zone, Michael's, and I believe A.C. Moore. I want to say, next time when I start shopping, I'm going to make sure I start at the Dollar Zone. Dollar Zone is a dollar store, but they have a great craft aisle. I want to make sure you realize that the crafts that are at the Dollar Zone are random. So you have to go and get when you see it, because if you wait, it may not be there. But I want to tell you that one thing that I noticed was that they have a good value for your money, sometimes better than the Dollar Tree. So, for example, glass lamp work beads are very expensive, and it makes your work look even more expensive when you put it with your own work. I won't be selling these beads individually. It'll be incorporated into my own polymer clay designs. But Michael's, AC Moore, or other craft places like Hobby Lobby, you'll pay over $4 for beads like this. So I only picked up these for just $1. And again, it's gonna look good when I get it all together. But as you know, when you're trying to make anything and make it look nice, you got to have supplies. So in the same store, I picked up some seed beads, and now seed beads are not that expensive, but you normally spend $4 for a tube at the craft shop. Well, this is 7 different color assortments, including some findings and some thread, some elastic thread. This was just $1. Now, $1 may not seem much to you, but with all the color arrangements, it would have cost me $28 if I would have got tubes of beads at the store. So I definitely want to say go into the Dollar Zone, save me a good chunk of money. Also, I was looking for, I know where to get it. There's a cutter for polymer clay that costs $16. It's a pack of blades for clay, tissue blades. One of them is a wavy blade. Now, the blade is like longer. However, I'm not spending $18 for a blade. This was just $1. Just go to your kitchen selection and your kitchen houseware selection in the Dollar Tree or the Dollar Zone, and you'll find this blade. Now, if you don't know how it's going to be used, or you think, what is she going to use that for? It cuts clay nice. It gives a nice wavy rippled effect. And I will certainly post a video later on when I use it. It's good for the Mukune Gane technique in polymer clay. If you don't know what Mukune Gane is, I will describe it in another video. All right, now, just so that you understand, I only try to get the best value for my money. One of the things that I do like to do is I use the art cards. We mount our art jewelry on these art cards. And what I normally do, the finished work, of course, I would actually paint these, stamp these, and of course attach a business card. This was a good value, $500 for just $5. But Staples has the blank cards. The dollar stores usually have lines, and I will use these cards in my upcoming work. And just bear with me for one moment. Now, we don't have any good ones. I did have a video previously on how I make the art cards. The point is, they are used for different things, but we package them with the jewelry. And then it kind of dresses up your jewelry when you package it. So I put a lot of effort into my art cards. First of all, it's kind of therapeutic. I have a sister-in-law that said how she colors and how much she likes coloring. But I'm into coloring, but now I get to color while I work. So that's a plus, because some jobs don't let you color while you work. So I want to point out that markers and stuff are very expensive. I didn't realize markers can be as high as $200 a set for the Copic markers. So what I ended up doing, I went to the dollar store, and last week I got a pack of watercolor markers. Now, these are the washable ones, but because I like to doodle on my spare time, what the heck, another pack of these markers are worth it. They're double pointed or double sided. So the dual markers are nice because you get a fine tip and a chisel tip point, and trust me, $1 is a good versus $8 or $20. So there you go there. So beads, I think I did talk about these beads. I've actually cut this video 4 times, so if I didn't mention it in this video, I will now, because I'm getting confused about what I go over. But anyway, these beads are really nice. It's going to look good with polymer clay designs. This is like the Day of the Dead theme with the crosses and the skulls. And trust me, with polymer clay, colors to be very similar and very deep and vivid like these beads, it's worth it. These were 3 for $10 at AC Moore. Normally they're like $5 a strand, I believe. So it's always good to catch things on sale. Just want to quickly tell you, one of the things that you should look for in your Dollar Tree or your Dollar Zone are these round storage containers. Now, I only picked up one. I think I just saw one. I should have picked up more of these, but in your regular craft shop, these are really expensive, so I definitely will go back and get more of those. And these are just some keychain findings. We're going to be making keychains for donations. And of course, I'll be selling some as well. One of the things that Crafters needs to do is stay organized and keep your inventory up, because when you're wiped out and sold out, who has time to go back over and make more things? But that's why I always try to buy with the higher quantities. It makes my life a lot easier. I don't have to go back and buy more. I just want to talk about some of the paints that I got. You know, paints are not always the same. Different paints have different qualities. I just want to point out there's some different paints here. Now, I want to say that the Nicole brand always has good deals. This was 2 buy 2 get 1 free. But the Folk Art and this brand is much better. I mean, these are the top brands right on here versus these 3. But I want to say this is a new product. This is actually the Color Shift paint that has like a color shift technique. I don't know if you can see that. The purpose is to, when you apply it to baked clay, it's going to give a nice shimmer effect. And I think it's semi-transparent. I'm not really sure. So definitely we'll show you videos on how that turns out. And then I always like to use some of my pieces. I will use the glaze. Now, I did buy resin. I bought a resin kit a while back at half price. But I use the glaze for some pieces and everything you want to polish. But if I paint my polymer clay, once it's baked, I will definitely use a varnish. There's a lot of different varnishes on the market, but this does work. I've used it before. Also, as far as the resin is concerned, I resin some things, but I don't resin a lot because you have to like figure out how to drill the holes. But for this little, this is actually an ice cube mold, and I got it for $1 and change. And you know what? It's flamingos, but I will make it work somehow. I'll figure out some kind of cool idea with the flamingos. Thought that was kind of cool. And the last thing I want to share with you very quickly is my kit. So I'm going to show you this kit. As you know, Ranger is one of the top makers. They're in New Jersey. I didn't know that. Anyway, Ranger has different craft kits. Now this kit I've seen years ago. I said, what would I need with that? But guess what? It was from $30 down to $6 and change. The reason why I bought the kit is because it contains things that I could use in the polymer clay. So I'm going to show you. Excuse my cat. He's just laying down here. Say hi, Shadow. Say hi. Hi, baby. So anyway, when this kit, like I said, I wasn't going to spend $30, but it's a lettering kit. Now, I do a little bit of lettering, but more importantly is what's in it. So we have the stencil. As you know, the Tim Holtz stencil started at $7. So I figured, well, that's a good deal. It has a stencil. The stencil has hello, cheers, thanks. But I'm using the top portion of the stencil, and I'll show you a video on what it's going to look like when I finish it. But it's going to be used for my paper doodling. It also contains some art tags. There's about 6 tags. It contained a mister, and as you know, misters are like $10 for 2. So this came in the kit. And if you're not familiar with the Perfect Pearls are actually iridescent powders. Now, I have gone into the dollar store and bought makeup for polymer clay. This is applied to the unfinished clay. And if you don't know what it is, they do have different versions of this. One of the sets of the shimmery powders cost over $30. So this is in the kit, and there's gold, there's like a white frosty looking one, and a pinkish blush one. So this is in the kit as well. And then the kit contains a brush and a marker, and then it also has this little stamp pad. So it's for lettering, but because I use polymer clay, we're going to use the powders for the clay. The brush is easy. It came with it. And I wasn't going to get this kit, but I figured for $7, go for it. It's my birthday, and I don't really, well, to put it this way, I'm not going to have cake today. I'm not going to have cake today. I'm going to make a steak dinner, and I'll have a smoothie as my dessert. But that's about it. We're not going out today. You know, things, sometimes you have to like pummel yourself and just be happy that things are in the course of getting better. And, you know, the fact that I can sit here and talk to you on this YouTube channel is a blessing. Trust me. I've actually I don't want to get into it too much, but when you almost see your life on the line due to sickness and illness that could have been prevented if you had the right treatment or early prevention, always know your numbers. That's one tip where I work at. They always had a little slogan, know your numbers. And I thought, know your numbers, not realizing what it really meant. And about a month later, it made sense, know your numbers. So now that we're back up and running again, we're going to be doing more craft shows. We'll have more YouTube videos. Please like us on Facebook, Instagram, and of course on YouTube. You can always share our videos. Also, if you would like to join our group on Facebook, it's King's Canine Cookies. We have a Facebook page and a group. In our King's Canine Cookies page, we try to share tips that I can share with you on pet nutrition, different ideas, things to look out for. Some of the things on what dogs and cats should and should not eat is a lot of the topics of what we discuss. We also have giveaways, and look for that. And then I was talking about my efforts to help fundraisers. Just remember, we will be, of course, available to donate some crafts, finished crafts for fundraisers for the animal rescues to resell. Now, of course, I'm only one person and I don't have much help, but I do have helpers. Keep in mind that if you're interested, please give the organization my name, which is Michelle Bates, Bates. My email address is mbatescookies@gmail.com, and you can inquire about receiving a package that they can resell. And my package includes normally things such as cat toys is a big one. We include our cat toys are made with organic catnip. We have our crafts that we include that are animal themed, and we have other things that we make that we give away. But the last time I did this, we had a organization in Lehigh Valley. It was called Animals in Distress, and Animals in Distress are in distress. They actually is a no-kill shelter, and they actually have a overhead of at least $50,000 every 3 months or every month. I forget which it was, but with my helpers and even when we raised about $1,000 for that organization, Animals in Distress. So if you know of any animal charity needing help, now what we're looking for, we primarily like it if they have a store or a retail space within their shelter. We will be accommodating them with things to sell. And I would always say that everything I make is a seller. I will not sell you things that will just sit around. There are things that everybody wants. And I've been doing my business for many years, so I know what sells. I have all the right fabrics and all the right designs. And our cookies are very tasty. So we can only help only so many shelters. But I do have lined up one already in Kansas, of all places, and I'm in Pennsylvania. So it's the Paws Thrift Store. Will receive a package this month. They should be looking for their package. I did make a comment that they, can rely on us to help out. They raise money for animals in distress. And also, my kitty cat came from Tennessee. He was going to be killed at a shelter. And he was, look at his face when I said that. He was a rescue. He's a blue Russian. They rescued him. I got him at 3 years old. He's now 5. He just turned 5, in fact, and I'm going to have his little party later on this week. But, I've always been passionate about animals. Grandparents were passionate about animals. My granddad, pretty sure he was a greyhound horse trainer or racer of greyhounds. And my grandma, Hattie Carter, also, volunteering in the rescue at the Animal Rescue League. So definitely we want to raise money for our furry friends. They can't go to work, but we can. We can find out ways to help them and get them fed and housed and hopefully get adopted. This is my first cat I've ever had in my life, and this cat is a joy. In fact, whenever I am sick or not feeling good, this cat was by my side every time. And you can't rely on family like that, your friends, but your cat will sit on you and make sure you're okay. Praise God for that. So I just want to say thanks for watching my YouTube channel. And again, it's my birthday, so I figured I'd do a video and talk about things because we haven't been on Facebook for a minute. And once we hit 100 subscribers, we will have a surprise giveaway. I'm not sure what it's going to be yet, but you will find out. So please like and subscribe, and of course comment. But again, if you would like to subscribe, look for, once we reach 100 subscribers, there's going to be a great giveaway. All right, I'm losing my voice, so thanks for watching, and we'll see you soon.